Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be 15 of my absolute favorite products from the drugstore, and these are just beauty products that I'm loving from the drugstore. I did do a video like this about a year ago and I talked about some beauty and hair favorites. Things have changed since then, so I hope you guys enjoyed the updated version of this video. And for more videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified when I do upload. And one more thing, I guess by the time you guys watch this video, I will be in Paris or Italy. I'm going to Paris and then from there we're gonna go to Italy. So if you wanna see some photos and stuff, make sure you follow me on Instagram or Snapchat because I'm sure I'll be very active on those two platforms. But other than that, I love you guys so much and I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, and can we talk about the long hair? By the way, I am so tired of my short hair. I kind of can't wait until my hair grows. So I was playing with some extensions. This doesn't even really match my hair color as you can see, but I was like, whatever. It's still long. I'm gonna break them into categories. First, I'm gonna start with skincare and foundation. And so the first one I'm gonna mention are my absolute favorite wipes. I've talked about these before. They're the Neutrogena makeup remover wipes and they have tons of different colors, but my favorite ones are the blue ones just because I feel like it does a really good job removing everything. My trick is wetting the towel first. So when you get the wipe, just put a little bit of water because I feel like it activates the ingredients a little bit better, and so it really removes your entire face with just one wipe. So these are my absolute favorite makeup wipes. In terms of skincare, I only have one thing to talk about, and that's the Pixi Flawless Beauty Primer. If you have really dry skin, you would absolutely love this product. It does create a very dewy finish on the skin. I have it on today, so it's not really meant for oily skin. Like if you have oily skin, you would hate this because it's extremely dewy. But if you do have dry skin and you want that luminous finish on the skin, then you would absolutely love this guy. Alright, so I've got two foundations that I'm loving from the drugstore, and number one is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Foundation, and I'm sure you've seen this in a lot of my videos, but this has become my absolute favorite foundation ever since I tried it. I just love the finish because it's really lightweight on the skin. I do have it on today. By the way, my shade is Sun Beige W6, and I just love the way it feels on the skin. Like I said, it's really lightweight. It gives you a light to medium coverage. Specifically, if you have dry to normal, you would love it. If you do have oily skin, I would say definitely set it in place using a translucent powder to make sure that it doesn't move throughout the day because the texture is definitely a little bit on the dewy side. So I have nothing bad to say about this other than it's so freaking awesome and it's affordable. So definitely one of my favorite foundations. This one is by Neutrogena, and this is another great foundation, and this is meant for oily and acne prone skin. It is called the Neutrogena Skin Clearing Oil-Free Makeup. I do love this, especially if I'm breaking out a lot. I just love applying this because I feel like it doesn't break me out even more. I think for a drugstore foundation, this is a really good one. In terms of my favorite drugstore concealer, it's gotta be the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer. I have used this in a lot of my tutorials, but it's just one of those lightweight concealers. Again, anything that's lightweight, I love because first of all, it doesn't clog your pores, and second of all, it's so easy to blend into your skin. It just makes everything look so seamless and so natural. Another concealer I really like from the drugstore is by Maybelline, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and my shade is number 10. It's a really lightweight concealer, again, just like the CoverGirl one. This one is a little bit more creamier. I feel like the CoverGirl one has more of that watery consistency, whereas this one has more of that creamy consistency. This reminds me a lot of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and so that's why I like it, is because it's got that similar texture. So my favorite drugstore bronzer is by NYX Cosmetics, and it is this bronzer right over here. It's great because it's got a red undertone, so if you want to achieve that sun-kissed bronze look, then I think this is great. I don't have it on today, but I will put some on right now so you guys could see it. I think it's great to apply even from the apples of your cheeks and take it up because it has a little bit of redness, like I said, so it's going to create that sun-kissed look, and it could also look like you've got blush on. So it's just overall a really good bronzer to have. My favorite blush from the drugstore is by Maybelline, and I have used this a lot. It is the Fit Me blush in number 306 Deep Coral. It really reminds me of Style by MAC. If you've ever tried that and like it, you would totally love this because it does remind me a lot in terms of the texture and the color. It does have a little bit of shimmer, so it makes your cheekbones glow really beautifully. And what's great about this is that it does look great on a lot of different skin tones, so that's another reason why I really like it. My favorite highlighter from the drugstore is by Physicians Formula, and surprisingly, I don't use this a lot in videos because it's actually a new product to me. I did an Ulta haul, and this was one of the products that I recently bought from Ulta, but I have compared it to a lot of different drugstore highlighters, and this stuff is awesome. What's great about it too is that it's got all these different shades, so it goes from bronzer to highlighter. So that's another great thing to have, just because you get your variety right over here. It does remind me a little bit of the Bobbi Brown bronzer highlighter. I don't know what it's called, but it totally reminds me of that. Moving on to lip products, the first one that I'm loving is by NYC, and they have a bunch of different colors. These are just my two favorite colors from NYC, and this one is the one I have on today. It is called number 101 Riverside Romance. It's a really pretty peachy coral color, and I think it's great for spring, summer, although I just wanted to talk about it because I really like it all year round. For fall, I think this one is great. It's a really pretty red color, and it's number 600 Rockaway Ruby. The formula is very opaque, so when you apply it, you just need one application. You don't need to go back and forth too many times. It's definitely very opaque. Next, I absolutely love the NYX Cosmetics the Butter Gloss in Madeline because it is the perfect nude, especially for my skin tone. I've used this in a lot of tutorials as well, but it just remains to be my favorite nude lip gloss because not only the color is great, but the texture is so amazing. It is very buttery, very creamy, and it's not sticky, which I don't like sticky lip glosses because my lips are dry for the most part, and so when I wear those sticky lip glosses, it just is really uncomfortable. So I like this for that reason because it's creamy and the color is just perfect. Moving on to eye products that I love from the drugstore, and I'm going to start with my favorite, all-time favorite drugstore mascara. It is by CoverGirl. It is the Full Lash Bloom Mascara. It just gives your lashes a lot of fullness, and I care a lot about fullness rather than length. So if you're into fullness and like you want the what am I trying to say here? Voluminous look on your lashes, then you're gonna love this guy. It is amazing, and yeah, you just want to wiggle it really tight from your root up so that, ouch, so that you get that fullness from the root up. My favorite liners from the drugstore are by Pixi, and I've used this a lot in tutorials, so if you watch my videos regularly, then these are not new to you. The shade that I really love, I actually lost, which I'm bummed about, but I need to go get it. It's this copper shade. I don't know what it's called. It might be called copper, but it's just a really pretty color. The other ones that I really like are just the regular black one, which is just great because it's really creamy. The other one is Deep Plum. So these are just great liners overall for every day because they do come off easily as well. So they glide on really fast and they do come off easily. My favorite drugstore eyeshadow palette is the Nudes by L'Oreal, and this kind of reminds me of the Naked 1 or 2, I guess. And so if you are looking for a drugstore palette, I would say this is a great one. I would say that I like using these with a damp brush because if you don't use a damp brush, the pigments don't show as much, so make sure to use a damp brush if you want the pigments to really stand out. Lastly, my favorite lashes from the drugstore are by Ardell, and these are these are just the wispies. And I love Ardell in general. I think they make great lashes, specifically because the band is so thin. It's really easy to apply because they're really natural, but they still give you that fullness and length. Okay, let's say that again. Okay, cool. I think I'm gonna say that one more time just in case. I don't know what happened there. It's true. I can't talk. Seriously, I can't talk. Okay.
So about an inch in from your ear and then down onto your neck, and you'll find the color there is actually usually a really good color for your face. Yeah,
that's a good point because nowadays, you know, everyone tans and